welcome to a Barnet Library's craft event at Chipping Barnet Library. Today we're going to be making some magnificent menorahs. Sarah Harmony will be showing you how to make these.
Hi, my name is Sarah Harmony, and today I will demonstrate how you can make your own magnificent menorah. These are a list of things that you will need to make your own. You'll need some cardboard paper. You'll need a paintbrush, a paper plate or two, some ribbon, sellotape. I'm going to be using acrylic paint, but essentially you can use any kind of paint you'd like, a pair of scissors, some glue, and tissue paper. So for our first step, you will need your paper plate. But before we start with that, we will be using a pair of scissors, so make sure you have an adult around to help you just in case. So for the first step, you will need your paper plate. You're going to fold it in half. And then this is when you'll need your scissors. I'm going to cut it right down the middle. Okay, perfect. So you're going to have two portions of the paper plate, and then you're going to cut one of them in half. Okay, so you'll essentially have one half and then a quarter. So you won't need this piece. So we're going to start off with these two pieces. So now we're going to glue them together until it looks like this. So you can put them any way you want to. Essentially, I've got the puffy part of it facing up. So this is how you're going to glue it. So I'm going to take my glue stick, the little quarter piece, and then attach it to the half piece. And then just give it a moment to harden until it fully sticks together. Okay, so for our next step, once this has glued together, we're gonna take that paint I showed you earlier. So we're gonna take that paint, and then you can just put it in one of the extra pieces you had from earlier, and then just put a little bit in there, and then you can paint it any color you want. It doesn't have to be blue like mine is. You can actually mix it up if you want, use different colors, whatever you want to do. And then let's get to painting. This is my favorite part. Just love seeing the color pay off. You can make it any color you want. It's gonna look beautiful afterwards. We will continue with our next step, the candles, the fun part. So you will just take your cardboard and cut little strips. So it doesn't matter how you position it, cut little strips. They can all be level, and then I'll show you how to position it. So these are the strips I've cut myself. As you can see, they're all pretty level, but I'm gonna position it so that the middle one sits up a little higher. So let's get to that part now. In order to make the candles, we're gonna need those lovely tissue papers I showed you guys earlier. So you just rip little strips from the tissue paper, just like that. And then what I like to do is I sort of like scrunch it up, because you're gonna need this to make the flame. So you want it to look like it's almost real, even though it's not. Safety first. So you're gonna kind of scrunch it up, and then tear it up a little bit, kind of glue it on the side. So I kind of position it first to see how I want it to look. And then take a bit of the orange color. You actually only need a tiny bit for this one, because you want it to sit right in the middle. So I scrunch it up again, and then I sort of sit it right in the middle because I want to see how it's gonna look when it's done. And it doesn't have to look perfect because no flame is perfect. So that's pretty much how I'd probably want mine to look. It depends. Do you want a big menorah flame, or do you want a little one? I think I like mine big. What do you think? Okay, so I'm gonna glue the yellow one first. So it's nice and scrunched up. Make sure you're doing this on a surface that's not gonna get you in trouble with your mom or dad, because look at the mess I'm making. But it's all in fun, it's all okay. So once you do that, it can be quite sticky. So if you want to wear gloves, that's okay, but it's okay to just wash your hands afterwards. So you see, we have our little flame. The next part, we're gonna have the little orange part. So ruffle, 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 and then try make it fit in between the yellow part. So probably stick it in like that. What do you think? I like that. I think I like that. So I'll try to stick it in behind. So I'm gonna take my glue, stick it on the orange tissue paper, and then kind of try to get it just behind the gold cardboard, and then hold it down, press it down, and then voila, you have your little flame. Okay, so now all your candles should look something like this. Remember, they don't have to be perfect because all flames don't look alike. So I have 9 of my candles here, and by now the base of your menorah should be dry. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna start sort of placing where we'd like our candles to be. So I'm just gonna flip the candles over as well, and then have a look at where we'd like it to be before you start gluing them down, because you don't want to make a mistake that you can't come back from. So let's see. I'm gonna place them, and then when you're happy with where they are, then you just glue them down. So I'm gonna show you the little trick I was telling you about on how you can place them to look like they're different sizes when they're really the same size. So we're gonna place the smaller ones a bit lower so that the main one in the middle looks like it's the biggest one. So we'll just use that one, and then we'll place it something like that. Then it should look something like this. Ta-da! See how lovely that is? So now's our final step, and what you'll need is the sellotape I showed you earlier, the little ribbon, and then of course the pair of scissors. And again, make sure you ask an adult for help should you need it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to measure how long you want your piece of string, your piece of ribbon rather. It doesn't matter what you want to use. If you don't have ribbon at home, you can use string. So try to use whatever you have at home. So I might want mine to hang a little longer. So I think I'm happy with that. So I think I will cut there. Make sure you're careful. Make sure you have an adult or someone who can help you who's better with the scissors. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it so that I can see where I'm gonna sellotape the ribbon. Sometimes the little candles might move around a bit, and that's okay. Just make sure you press them in tighter. Okay, so I'm gonna place where I want my ribbon to start and end, and that's kind of where I want to place them, so that's okay. Once I've figured that out, then I'll get a piece of sellotape. So it can't be sticky, so it's okay to ask someone to just help you with the ribbon part, but seeing as I'm doing it alone, I wanted to show you that it's also possible to do it by yourself. So there you go. So we've got the first piece done. And then we have our last piece here. Lovely. And it also helps with holding the candles in place too, so that's great. So once you've done that, you should be done. It should look something like this. Ta-da! So that's your menorah done. Your magnificent menorah.
Thank you so much, Sarah Harmony, for that amazing, magnificent menorah craft. We at Barnet Libraries are really missing you and hope to welcome you back to the library soon. In the meantime, you can borrow books such as these on our Select and Collect service, or you can use our online services to borrow ebooks and e-audiobooks. And for those of you that are celebrating, we wish you a very happy Hanukah.